Nursing in Ontario, Guiding Principles. The following principles are used in the development of all practice standards and guidelines. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurse administrators have additional expectations. Administrators are accountable for providing sufficient human and physical resources to ensure client safety. They are also accountable for ensuring mechanisms allow for staffing decisions that are in the best interest of the client and professional practice, and that staff are appropriately utilized and have adequate supervision. This includes considering the appropriate use of unregulated care providers. Before making staffing decisions, consider the overall client care needs and collaborate with staff to determine whether the level and mix of staffing is adequate to provide safe and effective care. Nurses are best able to provide quality care when their work environment supports quality professional nursing practice, is effective in implementing change, and responds to nurses' concerns. Nurse administrators are expected to create an environment that encourages ongoing learning and to advocate for quality practice settings. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurses in the administrative role have additional expectations. They are expected to encourage and seek learning opportunities for their staff and encourage participation in ongoing learning activities. In addition to encouraging their staff to participate in ongoing learning, the nurse administrator should incorporate reflective practice into the professional development system. An example the college has seen of incorporating reflective practice is facilitating performance systems that support reflective journaling and highlights nursing professional accountability. For more information on reflective practice, use your mouse to click on the words reflective practice. Nurse administrators have a key role to play as leaders within their organization to promote and create quality practice settings. Quality Practice is a free quarterly newsletter that supports administrators and employers in understanding the link between self-regulation, competent nursing practice, and quality practice settings. Click on the link to ensure you are receiving your copy. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurse administrators have additional expectations. Nurse administrators have a responsibility to create an environment that supports ethical values. They should also value time taken to resolve ethical issues and ensure mechanisms allow for staffing decisions that are in the best interest of the client, and ensure appropriate use of and supervision of staff. Because of the nature of ethics, it is sometimes difficult to identify the issues causing the ethical situation. Working through ethical situations begins with understanding the values of all concerned. Nurse administrators should develop supports to help staff understand and identify ethical conflicts, and provide opportunities and resources for staff to resolve ethical dilemmas. For example, nurse administrators can encourage staff to consult with colleagues and a person with expertise in ethics. The college strongly encourages nursing involvement on ethics committees, as the input from nurses in direct practice is vital for high-level facility decision-making that impacts client care. More information about ethics can be obtained by reading the college's Ethics Practice Standard. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurse administrators have additional expectations. Nurse administrators meet this standard by understanding how a practice environment can foster professional growth and improve professional practice, facilitating nurses to seek new knowledge and fostering dialogue regarding knowledge generated. For example, supporting the availability of evidence-based literature via computers and the Internet, and communicating the availability of resources related to conferences, workshops, courses, and funding sources. Nurse administrators are vital links to resources for direct practicing nurses. They are considered the gateway to funding and resource options for most direct care nurses. They promote the importance of evidence-based care and nursing research. How nurse administrators apply relevant leadership and management principles within their practice setting sets the stage and culture for the practice area and direct care nurses. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurse administrators have additional expectations. Nurse administrators meet the standard by creating practice environments that support quality nursing practice, supporting nurses to seek and apply new knowledge and research, and making decisions based on evidence-based rationale and measuring the impact of the decisions. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurse administrators have additional expectations. Nurse administrators coordinate and supervise the development of client programs and services. They guide and coach nursing projects. They provide feedback and support to staff about nursing issues at an individual and organizational level. They create opportunities for nurses to assume various leadership roles, such as creating mentoring opportunities and by encouraging staff involvement on committees. And they involve nursing staff in decisions that affect their practice. In addition to the indicators for all nurses, nurses in the administrator role have added indicators. They are expected to foster an environment in which clients and nurses are free from abuse. This means taking the appropriate action to stop the abuse and manage the situation, and/or report to the appropriate authorities. When a healthcare provider is sexually abusing a client, the nurse must report the colleague to their appropriate regulatory college. Nurse administrators are in the position to support the therapeutic nurse-client relationship and advocate for systems of care that acknowledge and support nurses in developing and maintaining therapeutic relationships. As well, they promote a philosophy of client-centered care and collaborative relationships with the clients and the healthcare team. Nurse administrators are required to promote a work environment in which trust and respect is expected amongst all healthcare disciplines. This includes valuing and acknowledging nursing expertise and contributions to the healthcare team. Nurse administrators support nurses in taking action when clients are at risk of harm from colleagues. Collegial relationships based on trust and respect are important to ensure safe client care. Nurses may need help and support from management to implement a conflict resolution process. When conflict among nurses is left unresolved, it can have serious consequences. Nurse administrators are expected to ensure systems are in place to reduce and effectively manage conflict between team members.